are the eyes of a great international star. A star whose performances have electrified the whole of Europe. Horst Buchholz, in his first British film, Tiger Bay. Behind the waterfront of Cardiff is Tiger Bay, melting pot of many races. Into this colorful community comes a Polish seaman looking for his girl.
Who the hell are you?
What are you doing here? My girl lives here.
Well, she doesn't live here now. I do.
Award-winning director J. Lee Thompson, who gave you Ice Cold in Alex, now brings you another dramatic triumph in entertainment. Yvonne Mitchell at her brilliant best in a compelling role.
Did I catch you? Did I catch you? Did I catch you?
These are the eyes of a child that is different. Haley Mills.
Put him up!
Drop that gun.
Don't move. I've got you covered. It's loaded.
What did you see? You tell me what you saw.
Here is a child with great talent. A talent inherited from a famous actor, her father, John Mills. John Mills as the police superintendent who cannot break a strange bond of friendship.
Well, what about you? Supposing you can't get on the ship.
Don't worry about me. I'll be all right.
Won't I see any more?
Maybe. Someday. It doesn't matter, though. Wherever I am, you're still my friend.
Got you! Oh, let me go! Let me go! Let me go!
This is the one moment you must tell me the truth, Gilly. The truth. This is the man you saw come out of the flat, isn't it, Gilly?
No. I've never seen him before in my life.
Wait a minute. What is it now? What else is it? The girl said no, she doesn't know me. Don't you listen? She said no! Isn't that enough? Isn't that enough? I haven't got the evidence I need at the moment, but I can hold you, and I'm going to. Bronislav Korchinski, I arrest you for the willful murder of Anya Haluba.
No, you can't! I didn't! I've never seen him!
Get her out of here.
I didn't!
The story of the ruthless killer, known as Martin Rome, is the most penetrating cry ever to rise from the sidewalks of the world's greatest city, New York. Thousands of readers of this best-selling novel, titled The Chair for Martin Rome, were thrilled by this shocking story of conflict between law and lawlessness. Now, all of its stirring scenes are reproduced on the screen in Cry of the City, every one of them filmed in its actual locale.
I have enough of that when I'm a kid. Crummy tenements, no food, no
Oh,
clothes.
save it for the jury, Marty. Who do you think you're kidding? I was brought up in the district, too. I've heard that dialogue from you pool room hotshots ever since I was 10 years old. Get hip. Only suckers work. Don't be a square. Stay with the smart money. Let the old man get the calluses digging the ditches. No food, no clothes, crummy tenements. You're breaking my heart, Marty.
Go away. Don't get mixed up in this.
Oh, Marty. Why did you have to shoot? Why did you kill?
Get his gun.
Stay where you are, Tony. There won't be any shooting in this house as long as Mama's here. I'm a little disappointed in you, Morty. You're a big boy now.
Pretty funny fella. You don't think I'll shoot? Just make a move, Candela, we see.
No sign of them yet.
We just lost sight of the Prime Minister's car for 2 minutes. No, 20 seconds. There was a bend in the road, just this side of Datchet. Yes. No, nobody knows at all. We've kept it quiet. Of course we searched! Eventually we came on here. What else could we have done? Wait a minute. Here's the Prime Minister's car now. I'll call you back.
Call the yard. Tell them it's safe, then report back to me. We expected you an hour ago, sir. What happened?
I'm quite all right. Commander Daniels will tell you about it. I have to get some rest.
Good night, sir.
Someone tried to hijack us.
But we only lost sight of you for a few seconds.
Oh, they got it all worked out. Diverted us down a leg. Gang of thugs waiting. If it hadn't been for Egan there, I don't know what would have happened.
What did happen?
One or two of them had guns. They were right across the road. As soon as Egan saw them, he just put his foot down on the accelerator, drove straight at them. They had to jump for it, I can tell you.
Well done, Egan.
Thank you, sir.
Unfortunately, one of them let his gun off at us as we passed. A bullet just grazed the Prime Minister's cheek.
Good God.
It's all right. I got it bandaged at the hospital.
Well done, Commander Daniels. Well done.
I wonder what they can have been after these ruffians, Hastings. Who can they have been?
Well, it doesn't say. It just calls them ruffians. In the next paragraph, it says thugs.
Another half-inch on the waist, Monsieur Poirot.
No, Monsieur Fingle. I am exactly the same size as I was last year. It is your equipment that is at fault.
My equipment is at fault. A person could go crazy. Every year he tells me my tape shrinks.
Continue, Hastings.
No, that's all there is.
You want to try Savile Row? Try Savile Row. I trained those boys. Finish. First fitting Wednesday. And then we shall see if my equipment is faulty.
Monsieur Fingler, shall I tell you something?
Tell me, Monsieur Poirot, tell me I'm on Spieltjes.
You must learn not to kvetch.
I kvetch?
Hey, clear off!
I say, Mom, clear off from under its head.
I don't know why you don't go to Savile Row, Poirot.
Monsieur Fingler is an artist, Hastings. But like all artists, he must be treated with a firm hand. No, Hastings, one cannot take this as a serious attempt at assassination. A bunch of ruffians? A chance shot with a revolver? No. Mon ami, this is mere enfantillage.
A gentleman called while you were out, Mr. Poirot.
Oh, thank you, Miss Lemon. Oh, Sir Bernard Dodge. Hastings, this is indeed an honor.
Is it?
Oh, oui, Sir Bernard Dodge. He is permanent Under Secretary of State at the Foreign Office.
He'd like you to call on him at 12 o'clock.
Thank you, Miss Lemon. Au revoir.
Monsieur Poirot, good of you to come.
It is a pleasure to meet you, Sir Bernard. And you too, of course, Lord Esther.
Our business is absolutely secret, you understand.
Well, the whole of England will know soon enough anyway. We simply have to move as quickly as possible.
Very well. It concerns the Prime Minister. We are in a grave predicament.
The injury, it is serious then?
No. Fortunately, that attempt failed. I wish I could say as much for the second attempt.
There was a second attempt?
Yes, but of a different nature. The Prime Minister has been kidnapped.
Kidnapped? But how is this possible?
If we knew that, we'd know everything.
Yes, of course. You said just now, Monsieur, the time is of the essence.
The Prime Minister's absence from the League of Nations Disarmament Conference in Paris could be disastrous.
His is the one voice that can unify Europe and perhaps stop Germany rearming.
I see. But perhaps this kidnapping is a direct attempt to bring about this disastrous outcome.
Exactly. There are people who want Germany to go on rearming.
That is a possibility.
He was on his way to Paris when it happened.
And the conference is to be held when?
8:30 tomorrow evening.
Oh, yeah. It is now 12:15.
32 hours.
And a quarter. Do not forget the quarter, Monsieur. It may come in useful.
The Prime Minister and his secretary crossed over to France in the early hours of this morning. An embassy car met them at Poirot. They never arrived in Paris.
And that was the last anyone saw of it or any of its occupants?
It was a bogus embassy car.
I must know everything, Sir Bernard. I must know also about this shooting affair.
Last night, the Prime Minister, accompanied by Commander Daniels, one of his secretaries, motored down to Windsor for an audience with the King.
This is the main road from Windsor to Datchet?
That's right.
The car of the Prime Minister is forced down that lane from this main road here, you say?
Apparently so.
How was it forced?
We don't know.
There was a barrier across the road.
You received this information from the Secretary of the Prime Minister?
Commander Daniels, yes. Who is this Commander Daniels? Oh, good man. Served with distinction in the Royal Navy. His father was a minister in Mr. Asquith's cabinet, until they had a row over Home Rule.
The car following the Prime Minister, the car containing the detectives, did they see this barrier?
No, the road was clear by the time we arrived.
Mr. McAdam is very impatient at any efforts to protect his person. The car carrying the plainclothes detectives has to follow at a discreet distance. They lost sight of him at that bend. Of course, the barrier could have been removed in seconds.
The thugs are strung out across the road. The chauffeur sees them. He sees their guns. He accelerates towards them, scattering them. Yes. One of them fires his revolver. The bullet grazes the cheek of the Prime Minister. Yes.
Just think. One of them as good as runs the Foreign Office. The other one guards the Prime Minister. Why should England tremble, eh?
There's a destroyer waiting at Dover, Monsieur Poirot, to take us to France.
And this destroyer, it will wait for how long, Sir Bernard?
Well, as long as necessary, of course, but...
Bon.
Yes, I know. Well, it appears he takes his time, sir. Yes. Yes, I know, sir.
We have done all this, you know, Poirot.
No blood, no bullet hole. Does it not strike you as strange, Chief Inspector, that there is no bullet hole?
But the bullet hit the Prime Minister.
No, Hastings. The bullet grazed the Prime Minister. Why was there no bullet in the car? Where did it go after it grazed his cheek?
No. Mr. McAdam's head was outside the car when he was shot at. When the car slowed down, he looked out of the window to see what was wrong.
Eh bien. The car is in a lane. The ruffians are barring the way. Monsieur McAdam realizes that something is wrong. He opens the window. He puts his head out of the window to see what is happening. A shot rings out.
I don't know why we're wasting time on all this, Poirot. The attempt didn't succeed, the kidnapping did, and that was in France.
Now look here, Poirot.
The driver Egan, monsieur.
Yes, sir?
I want to speak with him.
I spoke to him last night at Charing Cross.
He is the only witness that we have, Chief Inspector.
He's off till Thursday.
His home address, if you please.
He didn't come in at all last night. Wasn't I waiting up for him until after 1 o'clock in the morning?
Is he usually regular in his habits?
As clockwork.
Is Monsieur Egan a fellow countryman of yours, Madame Denison?
Sure, he's from County Clare, like myself.
He was fortunate indeed to find such a comfortable abode and with such a charming landlady. How long has he lodged with you?
6 months. Next Sunday it is, sir.
Monsieur Egan keeps his address book in a place most convenient, huh?
He has his own method, Sir Bernard.
I don't want method. I want action.
I've never known him to fail yet.
The Prime Minister disappears. Commander Daniels disappears. Monsieur Egan disappears. At any moment, I fully expect the entire cabinet to disappear.
All right, Poirot.
Yes. Yes, mon ami. There was a small hotel back there. It looked quite comfortable.
But the ship's waiting for us.
Ah.
Where's he off to now?
Well, I think he doesn't want to go on the destroyer. You know how seasick he gets.
Seasick. I shall lose my pension if he carries on like this. When they suggested him, they asked my opinion. Oh, yes, I said. Just the man, I said.
What is he doing?
What is he doing now?
He's thinking.
Thinking? What on earth is he doing that for? Europe is in crisis. The one man who might avert a tragedy, the Prime Minister of this country, has been kidnapped. We're not paying your Mr. Poirot to think.
Well...
Be so good as to keep out of this, Chief Inspector. He's a detective. And we're paying him, and paying him handsomely, I may say, to detect.
What do you expect him to do?
God's teeth, do I have to teach him his job? Bloodstains, fingerprints.
He's done all that.
When? I haven't seen him. I haven't seen him so much as look through a magnifying glass.
Poirot is ready. Do you have that list I asked you for, Chief Inspector? Excellent.
Back to the docks.
Back to Datchet.
Don't lose sight of them, Sergeant. We don't want anybody else getting kidnapped.
Right, sir.
He wasn't the one who went through that awful divorce last year, was he?
Who wasn't, Hastings?
It's Commander Daniels.
Mrs. Daniels' countersuit was utterly malicious and without foundation.
Ah, I remember. It was in the newspapers.
It was all over the newspapers.
Now what? what he's doing. I just don't know why he's doing it.
Well, you're one up on me.
I got him a list of all the hospitals between Datchet and London. He's trying to find out which one they took the Prime Minister to get his face bandaged.
Not this one. Onwards, driver, if you please, to Feltham.
Yes, sir.
There's a cottage hospital marked here, Poirot, but it's a bit off the beaten track.
And the driver was missing. Right. We can get back to Dover in an hour. We'll be in Boulogne by dawn. They found the car in France.
The bogus embassy car?
At an abandoned farmhouse near Christie.
Was there anyone inside the car?
Commander Daniels, bound and gagged, with a head injury from where they knocked him out. They flown him back to London.
And no sign of the Prime Minister? Not even his body?
No, nothing. So I suggest that we now get over to France and join the search proper.
It is strange, is it not, that having tried to shoot the Prime Minister last evening, they should now take so much trouble in order to keep him alive. Commander Daniels will appreciate some visitors, I think.
Bang goes my pension.
We've come to see Commander Daniels.
Sir Bernard Dodge and some gentlemen to see you, Commander.
Show them in, Shimo. Then take my bag and unpack it, will you?
Yes, sir. Gentlemen, please.
Thank you.
Good to see you, Daniels. Bad show, this.
And I don't come out of it very well, I'm afraid, Sir Bernard.
Nonsense, my dear chap. What could you do? You know Chief Inspector Jepp, I believe.
We met last night.
And this is Mr. Hercule Poirot and his colleague, Captain Hastings.
How do you do?
We are full of the apologies, Commander, but this is a matter of the greatest import.
Of course. Sit down, please.
If you would be kind enough, Commander, to tell us what happened when you arrived at Boulogne.
Well, Mr. McAdam had managed to get some sleep on the crossing, but he was still shaken, I could tell. There was a staff car waiting for us on the quay.
Tell me about the driver.
I didn't take much notice of him. One doesn't, I'm afraid.
Of course.
We started off for Paris. We passed through Nampont-Saint-Martin just as the sun was coming up. It was about 6 o'clock.
And then?
The last thing I remember was passing through Vran. I looked at my watch. It was 6:10. Then nothing. Well, nothing until 4 hours later when I woke up in the car in a spinney, very efficiently tied up and gagged. No sign of the Prime Minister.
Or the driver.
Or the driver. I managed to get the door open with my feet, but that's as far as I'd got when a little girl found me. I must have frightened the life out of her. I was blood all over my face. Anyway, she got the local gendarme.
So you remember nothing of the abduction?
I'm afraid not.
Well, this frequently happens, Commander, as a result of a trauma. But your memory, it will soon return. Now, if I may use your telephone?
Yes, yes, of course.
Thank you. No. My friend, he will have retired for the night. Thank you, Commander Daniels. You have been most helpful.
Well, I wouldn't say that. I'm preparing a report, Sir Bernard.
Good. Good show, Daniels.
Mon Dieu, I shall forget my own funeral. Commander, what hospital did you go to?
Hospital?
To get the head of the Prime Minister bandaged?
Oh, yes. I don't know the name of it. I was busy attending to Mr. McAdam. I told the driver to get us to a hospital, but I didn't pay much attention, I'm afraid, to where we were going.
I understand. Good night.
Good night, son.
Good night.
Now, look here, Poirot. When we first met at noon today, I told you how urgent this matter was. It seems to me you've wasted some 12 hours meandering aimlessly about the countryside, 100 miles from where the crime took place, talking to people who can have no possible connection with it.
I understand your feelings, Sir Bernard.
I doubt it. We've now wasted hours traveling back to London to talk to Commander Daniels, who, as I could have told you, was able to tell us precisely nothing.
On the contrary, Sir Bernard.
I now have to report to Lord Astaire. What do you mean, on the contrary?
Commander Daniels was able to tell me almost everything I needed to know. Chief Inspector, I wonder if you'd be kind enough to do something for me.
If I can.
I want you to check for me two things. The record of the driver Egan and the maiden name of the former Madame Daniels.
Mrs. Daniels? What on earth can that woman have to do with anything? Now, look, this is exactly what I mean. We've dealt with Egan. Egan is old news.
Perhaps. But you see, the kidnappers, they always had one flaw to their plan. They knew it and they did their best to conceal it. But their best is not good enough for Hercule Poirot, perhaps. Good night, Sir Bernard.
Where are you going?
To bed.
You don't seem to realize, Poirot, this is a national emergency. I do not intend to sleep until the Prime Minister is found.
I am sure it will make you feel very virtuous, Sir Bernard, but it will not help the Prime Minister. For myself, I need to restore the little grey cells. Chief Inspector. If Monsieur McAdam is still alive, he will be in Paris in time for the conference. He never left his country, you see. I shall go in alone, Hastings.
You sure about this, are you, Poirot?
Quite sure.
I'm here if you need me.
Yes, who are you?
Bonjour, Madame Daniels. I am Hercule Poirot.
The Belgian detective.
Madame is too amiable.
What do you want with me?
Madame, I saw your former husband last night.
What a treat. If he sent you here, you can leave right away.
No, Madame. Commander Daniels has no idea that I am here. But he is in great trouble.
Oh, how wonderful.
The police suspect him of a grave crime.
The police? Well, he hasn't murdered me. That's the only crime I can imagine Tony being interested in.
No, madame, it is not murder. Not yet.
You are being tiresomely mysterious.
Commander Daniels had the means to commit a crime. He had the opportunity to commit a crime. But as yet, the police can find no motive for the crime. Now, you know him better than anybody.
Too well.
Perhaps you can help them?
I wish I could. Would he go to jail? God, I'd love to see him go to jail. You know what that bastard did to me.
Only what I read in the newspapers, madame.
Yes, and didn't they love it?
Madame, how would you describe the politics of your ex-husband?
Torpid. He never had a political thought in his life.
How is Mrs. Daniels?
Formidable. I would not wish to be her enemy, I think. You must take care, Hastings.
How do you mean?
I want you to wait here. When she comes out, I want you to follow her. Do not lose sight of her for 1 second. Telephone me when you can. Scotland Yard, if you please.
No, sir. Well, it's not up to me, sir, is it? Well, yes. Well, I thought he was just the man for the job. Come in. No, sir.
Thank you.
Well, I couldn't agree with you there, sir. No, he's not slow, he's thorough. Yes, well, most of our men are already in France, sir. Guess who he was talking about?
Modesty forbids, Chief Inspector.
Little grey cells rested, are they?
Indeed. Thank you. Do you have the information I asked you for?
Ah, yes. Much good it'll do you. John Patrick Egan, born Milltown, County Clare, 1901. Van driver for removals firm until he came over to England a couple of years ago. Joined Ministry of Works as a driver mechanic 6 months later. Good references, good worker.
And Madame Daniels?
Maiden name Donahue.
Is that not also a name of Ireland?
Well, sort of. She's the third daughter of the Earl of Connemara. I don't understand what you're after, Poirot.
Chief Inspector, did you ever read about the divorce of Commander Daniels?
I should say I did. Very juicy.
After such a divorce, having been dragged through the courts, humiliated in the newspapers, do you think the husband would keep on his desk a framed photograph of his ex-wife? How well do you know John Egan?
John Egan?
He drove you and the Prime Minister to Windsor.
Oh, Egan. Know him. He's a driver. There are 3 or 4 on call for Downing Street.
But you see, Commander, he has not been seen since he drove back the car to the garage that night.
Really?
He did not return to his lodgings?
I'm sorry.
Oh, well, it is no matter. I'm sorry to have disturbed your breakfast. Erin Gobra. All that we can do is to wait, Chief Inspector. Miss Lemon, has Captain Hastings telephoned yet?
No, Mr. Poirot.
This is all very fine and large, Poirot, but what if Mrs. Daniels doesn't leave?
Oh, she will have left already, Chief Inspector. Oh, I am the Dutchman. Hello, yes? Yes.
Jap. Yes, Cantwell, what's happening? They what?
Thank you, Miss Lemon.
Why? Oh. What time was this? Nothing since? Right. They've arrested a vagrant in some unpronounceable village.
A vagrant? Suspected of abducting the Prime Minister?
When in doubt, arrest a vagrant. They let him go again.
Hello? Poirot? Yes, Hastings. Where are you?
I'm afraid I've lost her, Poirot.
You've lost her? He's lost her. But where are you?
Between Basingstoke and Andover.
Let me get a map, Hastings. The map, if you please, Miss Lemon. Yeah, between Basingstoke and Andover.
She turned off the main road, and we went through a village called Spratling. She must have seen me just after that.
I wonder if the Daniels have any local connection, Hastings. Go back to the village and ask if Commander Daniels has a house in the neighborhood. Or you could try in the name of Donahue. What? Yeah, but that is the maiden name of Madame Daniels. Lady Imogen Donahue. Yes, Hastings, and call me back when you have done that. Goodbye.
I'll get onto the yard. Tell them to contact the Basingstoke police.
She's the daughter of the Earl of Connemara, isn't she?
You English, you are all experts in the aristocracy.
No, only it was in the papers a year ago. No, nearly 2 years ago.
What was, Miss Lemon?
There was a big fire. I can see the headline now. Earl's mansion destroyed. There was a picture of him. Fine-looking man, Mr. Poirot.
Would you contact...
Of that I have no doubt, Miss Lemon. But where was the house?
It was in Berkshire.
Good, good.
It was in,
Try, Miss Lemon.
it was called something Hall in a village called...
We can find that out. Kentwell, can you find out the name of the house that belonged to the Earl of Connemara that burnt down a couple of years ago?
Oh, the Hall was the same name as the village. It was a name like Batley.
Batley?
Like Batley. Oh.
Catley? Detley? Fatley? Gatley? Hatley?
Somerscote Hall.
Yes.
Tell that to Captain Hastings when he telephones.
I hope this isn't a wild goose chase, Poirot.
No, 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 mon ami. The only wild goose chase they intended us to be on was in France. And they have been planning this for years. It was only when they could get somebody sympathetic to their cause into the position of one of the drivers of the Prime Minister was the abduction possible.
But what is their cause? German rearmament?
Indirectly. There is a strong element in Ireland that does not care if Germany rearms so long as it causes hurt for England.
But how did Daniels get involved? I understand about his wife. Seems she was always a bit of a rebel.
But the father of Commander Daniels was violently opposed to Lord Asquith in the 1914 Irish Home Rule Bill. Well, that was the end of his career in politics. I think that this has festered inside the Commander Daniels all of his life. He did not take so much persuading.
Just a few hours more. In 4 hours, they'll have voted in Paris, and it'll be too late for the Prime Minister to do a thing about it. Anyway, what's it got to do with Britain if Germany rearms?
We're just coming into Somerscote now, sir.
Right. There's a turning on the left, just on the other side of the village.
Sir?
I thought this place was Somerscote, not the Somme.
Right, let's keep the noise down.
They're all ready. Very well, Major. Thank you, sir.
I'm sure I heard something.
Maybe it's your husband.
No, must have been wind.
From here, we can see everything.
It seems I may owe you an apology, Monsieur Poirot.
No, no, Sir Bernard. You were cleverly misled.
How did you get onto it?
Whenever the occasion arises, Sir Bernard, to look into someone's address book, always first look under the letter X, because that is where the secrets are kept. In the address book of Monsieur Egan, which I found under his pillow, under the letter X, there was only one number. No name, just X. It was a Mayfair number, which I thought strange. But when I pretended to use the telephone of Commander Daniels, I noticed that his number was the same as that in the address book. Oh, no. My friend, he will have retired for the night. An interesting connection, n'est-ce pas?
sir. All in place now.
Go easy, Major. We don't want anybody getting hurt.
What's that? There is somebody out there.
Poirot! We caught him trying to get through the cordon.
What is all this, Daniels? Have you gone mad?
Let me go to Imogen.
You're a traitor, Daniels. A disgrace.
Let me go to Imogen.
Police. Police everywhere.
And soldiers, they've sent the army out for us. Jack, I'm not going, but you must. Alan created a diversion for you.
Come out! One by one! With your hands in the air!
What do you do?
There's no way out!
I don't know.
Give yourself up!
Perhaps there's still useful things I can do for Ireland.
You don't stand a chance!
Give me the gun. Come on, it'll be worse if they take you with it. Good luck.
I'm going to count to 5! 1, 2, 3, 4, 5! On the charge!
It's Mrs. Daniels.
Here, come back! Sergeant! Watch out! Stop him!
Yes. Erin Cobra. Ireland forever.
Sir, there's the Prime Minister. Go and help him.
The only thing I don't understand is how you knew it was a double they sent to France.
When I ascertained that the net result of the supposed assassination attempt was that the Prime Minister went to France with his face bound up, it was then that I began to comprehend.
But the man who impersonated the Prime Minister was seen by everyone.
No, no, Hastings. He was not seen by anyone who knew him intimately. And with his face bandaged? But now, mon ami, a far more difficult case. A fitting with Monsieur Fingler.
So the Daniels divorce was just a smokescreen.
The purest theater, Hastings. To ensure that the last thing anyone could suspect was collusion between those two. They loved each other, yes, but they were willing to sacrifice that and everything else for their cause. You know, Hastings, the worst kind of fanatic is the quiet, unobtrusive fanatic.
And the worst kind of customer is the customer who can't keep still.
Monsieur Fingler, this jacket, it is too tight.
Oh, it is too tight, is it?
Yes, I shall scarcely be able to button it up.
Do you know why it is too tight?
Because you made it too small.
No, 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 no. Because you have grown too big. This jacket has been made by last year's measurements. Now, are we having a fitting of what?
A fitting by all means, Monsieur Fingler.
I tell you, gentlemen, science has agreed that unless something is done and done quickly, man, as the dominant species of life on Earth, will be extinct within a year. By direction of the President of the United States, stay in your homes. I repeat, stay in your homes. Your personal safety, the safety of the entire city, depends upon your full cooperation with the military authorities.
Yes, cities, nations, even civilization itself, threatened with annihilation because in one moment of history-making violence, nature, mad, rampant, wrought its most awesome creation. For born in that swirling inferno of radioactive dust were things so horrible, so terrifying, so hideous. There is no word to describe them.
We may be witnesses to a biblical prophecy come true, and there shall be destruction and darkness come up in creation, and the beast shall reign over the earth.
Yes, the earth, the skies above and the seas below, infested by swarms of nightmare creatures, crueler, deadlier than the armored giants of prehistoric eras. Here is a wild, headlong flight into terror as the desert erupts with the grim battle for survival. Here is a fear-frenzied moment of suspense as mankind totters before a thing that multiplies faster than it can be killed. Here is a desperate plunge into the black depths of the earth, where human courage challenges the brute force, the slashing jaws, the poison fangs that guard the subterranean nest, where the beast spawns its terrible progeny.
To all units, condition red, drain 267 is the target area. Repeat, condition red, drain 267 is the target area.
Type of gas we could use?
No, we can't take a chance. It might poison the whole city.
Larry!
From the exotic geisha houses of Tokyo to the back alleys of the Ginza Strip comes the terrifying news of a fiendish creature that threatens to destroy all who stand in his way. This is the frightening story of an American reporter in Tokyo who unwittingly became the victim of a shocking scientific experiment that turned him into a horrible mutant, half man, half monster, the Manster.
What happened? He got away. I think I know where he's going, to Taras. Follow me. Right.
There's panic in the streets as the unheard of terror of a half man, half monster runs wild through the city.
There he goes!
Don't miss the Manster, a genuine thriller in the most frightening sense of the word.
7th Company. 12th Company. 9th Belgian Infantry.
Excuse me, sir?
We have been sent some Belgians. They will be attached to the 14th Company. Go and see what they look like.
It is good to kill with this, like carving butter.
Quiet down! Back in line, Corporal. Where is your captain?
Dead, sir.
Lieutenants?
Dead, sir.
Sergeants? Well, who's in charge here?
I am, sir.
March with the others. We'll sort this out.
All their officers?
They were hit very hard in Flanders, sir. 70 survivors from a company of 264.
Damn the senior command. I didn't want a Belgian company in the first place. Certainly not one without officers.
My company can spare a lieutenant.
No company can. I'm not wasting a French lieutenant on a bunch of Belgians. Unless I make a new one. Bring me Sergeant Moreau.
The Major wishes to discuss something of importance with you. I suggest you make yourself a little more presentable.
Think it's for stealing the captain's cheese?
No.
Stealing the Major's wine?
No.
Trying to steal the Colonel's daughter?
Maybe.
You have made citations for courage seem commonplace.
Thank you, sir.
Your command will be a Belgian company.
Sir?
Don't worry. It will only be for 3 weeks until their new officers arrive.
I don't understand, sir.
They got here from Flanders this morning. Not much to look at, but they're hell on the enemy. That, at any rate, is their reputation.
Where are their officers?
Dead.
All of them? How?
I don't know. What are you suspicious about?
I've been at the front a long time, sir. I've seen a lot. I've never seen all the officers in a company die in one battle.
Go make acquaintance with your men. Lieutenant Moreau.
Yes, sir.
Well?
Good news and bad news.
So what's the good news?
I'm not in trouble. They made me a lieutenant.
That's very good news, Lieutenant Moreau. And the bad news?
You'll see in a minute. Emile! Give it back! Give it to him. That's an order.
I don't give a damn about your orders. Corporal!
Stand at attention!
Thank you, sir.
Who's in charge here?
I am, sir.
Come with me. I'm Lieutenant Moreau. What's your name, Corporal?
Defense, sir.
Belgian officers will not be arriving for 3 weeks. Until then, I'm your new commanding officer.
What? With all due respect, Lieutenant...
Don't argue with me. It's done. Neither of us can change it. So let me get to the point. It's no secret the Belgians don't like the French. Is there going to be a problem?
No, sir.
What was going on back there with the book?
The men are a little restless, sir.
That kind of restlessness I don't need. Who is the man with the scar? Is he a troublemaker?
There was some trouble in Flanders, yes, sir.
What kind of trouble?
Well, we were attacking. The machine gun fire was very bad. Our captain, Captain Coate, was behind me. After the enemy retreated, I went to him. He was dead. He was bayoneted in the back. The man with the scar, Jacques, was standing over him.
Your captain could have been killed by the enemy, Corporal. Do you trust this man, this Jacques?
No, sir, I don't.
Inform the men of my command. You are my second officer. Giscard is my first. Be in the major's bunker at 7 for a briefing. Dismissed.
They've placed us under French command.
They can do this, you are Belgians.
What about our new officers?
But they promised.
They'll be here in 3 weeks. Until then, we'll be led by Lieutenant Moreau.
You little bastard. You sold us out, didn't you?
I had nothing to do with it.
The boy corporal, he sold us out. Give it a rest.
I have my time with you.
Gentlemen, High Command has given us our objective. A frontal assault along these 3 kilometers here.
The plan is to outflank the enemy, with 1 brigade here and another here.
The attack will be led by the newly formed Belgian company, led by Lieutenant Moreau. The key is the Chateau La Maisonnette, here. The chateau sits on high ground. German gunners on this ridge have free access over the whole field of operations. The chateau must be taken. I began my career 21 years ago as an enlisted man. I have been at the bottom. I have been at the top, and I shall be in both places again. Tomorrow on that hill, you're going to face adversity. I've never known a soldier who hasn't. There are 2 things that separate the first-rate soldier and the second-rate soldier. The first-rate soldier gets up when he's knocked down. And the first-rate soldier knows that anything can be accomplished. Anything can be accomplished if you work together. You will get to the top of that hill if you work together. You will take the chateau if you work together. Dismissed, gentlemen.
Our countries have had differences in the past. I recognize that. But now we fight together. You can follow me, or you can follow each other. The first means an orderly attack and a chance of success. Second means chaos and death. You choose. Take your positions.
Remember! 1 whistle! We move right! 2 whistle! We move left!
Watch out for stray bullets, Corporal.
fast. My Russian set. Just do it! Quick! Idiot! You're too far away! What the hell is going on?
They went the wrong way. I tried to throw them some grenades.
Those fools, they're right under those machine guns. More grenades! We can use them all!
I kept one.
We've got to get those grenades to them.
I don't see how.
Because you're not looking. That stone wall. Come on.
We're still too far away. We'll never make it.
Don't tell me what we can't do. Tell me what we can. Give me your grenade.
If you don't have cover, you make it. Now follow me.
Dig in! Dig in!
Are we going to attack the chateau?
Not until we get reinforcement. Third battle sector secured. Repeat, third sector is secured. Send reinforcements immediately. No one else made it. 2nd and 14th companies are devastated. How bad are we?
30 dead, 15 wounded.
I know what you did out there, Corporal. I know. What are you talking about? Do you have a sore arm, Corporal? Is that why you could not reach me?
Too far. I threw as hard as I could.
Then you throw like a girl. You're out of your league, Corporal.
Yeah, out of your mind. Take your hand off me or I'll kill you.
Yes? You could kill a man up close, like this.
Maybe you could show me. You've had enough practice.
Attention!
What is this? I don't know about the Belgian army, but the French army does not allow fighting amongst itself. One more breach of this rule, I'll have you both shot. Get back to your posts, all of you.
Quiet.
Yes, quiet. And now we begin again. I'll see you afterwards, Bernard.
Yes, Alain.
Attacking! Very well!
What in hell's name is that?
I don't know.
Mother of God!
Sergeant, Corporal. We are relieved for 2 days. Tell the men.
Get your kids together. We've been given a 2-day leave.
Et voilà. Santé.
Take it easy.
First I get clean, then I get drunk. Call me when the shooting starts. Woo-hoo-hoo!
Stupid British. Look at them.
What's wrong with tennis? I play tennis. I wish you challenged them.
That's a great idea.
And I'm really looking forward to this, Robert.
Okay, what's it gonna be, up or down?
Sergeant, could you just check the height of your mouth?
That looks about the right height.
Good luck, my Belgian friends. Good luck.
What will it be then?
Losers buy the winners a round of beer.
Oh, love the British. You fight like girls. And you bet like them, too.
I should kick your greasy Belgian ass for saying that. But, seeing we're allies, how about the losers buy the beers all night? Love 15. Love the...
Well, I lost. I guess the drinks are on me.
What do you say, Robert? The beer over there is fine. But I did spot a rather good bottle of sweet wine over there.
No, thanks. Things sweet to taste prove indigestion sour.
Well spoken.
Oh, it's not original.
Then well stolen.
Shakespeare.
Yes, in fact it is. Richard II, Act 1...
Scene 3.
A Belgian corporal who speaks good English with a mastery of Shakespeare. I don't believe it. Good Lord. Whatever next? The Germans playing cricket.
Excuse me.
So, young fan of literature, do you know anything about verse?
Well, I've read a little.
Good, good. I want your opinion on something. You wouldn't read that, would you?
Poems by a Siegfried Sassoon, a German? No, he's British.
Read the poem that's marked, Corporal. Read it aloud.
Dreamers by Siegfried Sassoon. Soldiers are citizens of death's gray land, drawing no dividends from time's tomorrows. In the great hour of destiny they stand, each with his feuds and jealousies and sorrows. Soldiers are sworn to action, they must win some flaming, fatal climax with their lives. Soldiers are dreamers when the guns begin. They think of firelit homes, clean beds, and wives. I see them in foul dugouts, gnawed by rats, and in the ruined trenches lashed with rain, dreaming of things they did with balls and bats, and mocked by hopeless longing to regain bank holidays and picture shows and spats, and going to the office and the train.
If you ask me, that's the silliest rubbish I've ever heard.
What do you think, Corporal?
I think it's quite good. I really do.
Congratulations. You passed the test, Corporal. Lieutenant Robert Graves.
And Lieutenant Siegfried Sassoon.
Corporal Henry Defonce, you wrote this?
Well, who did you think wrote it? An American? Let's get a drink. I'm parched. We'll have lost every good man in England by the time this bloody thing's over. Damn the British government.
Don't start. When you get going, it's close to treason.
What about the British government?
The day after England declared war on Germany, I enlisted. Like all good men, I was patriotic. I thought we were waging war for peace, for freedom. But there are men in England, Corporal Defonce, who have motivations that are entirely different.
What?
Money. The industrialists, the makers of arms, have every desire to keep this blasted thing going.
Oh, that's a bit strong.
Is it? Don't you realize that their profits have tripled since this conflict began?
I wish you wouldn't say things like that, Siegfried. It confuses me. Maybe feeble-minded of me, but I have to have a reason to keep going. Excuse me, Corporal. It was a pleasure to meet you.
What happened?
Robert had a nervous breakdown about a month ago. Forgive me.
If you're so cynical about the war, why do you go on fighting?
Because it's my duty.
They look young.
So did you, a month ago.
Come, Corporal.
Our objective remains the same. The taking of Chateau Le Maisonette. Intelligence confirms that the enemy has strengthened his fortifications here and here with additional men. Over 1,000 this time. Your valor is beyond question. You must look into yourself to be the best soldier you can be. The second-rate soldier lives with mediocrity and dies with regret. But the first-rate soldier, he lives with honor. And when death comes, he dies with honor. Good luck to you, gentlemen.
Take your position!
I pray for your soul, Corporal.
Why don't you just shut up and follow the orders? stuck with us. Thanks.
Go to hell! I don't want your thanks!
You better watch yourself. Lieutenant Moreau suspects you killed Captain Code in Flanders.
Really? Oh, that's crazy. And what do you think, huh?
Come on! Keep going! To the chateau, man! Vive Regroup! Wait for the counter-attack! Prepare for counter-attack! Hello! Get down!
We can't move.
We've got to get those guns. Take some men. Find the tunnel network. You too. Give me your rifles. Bring that and follow me. To fire. One goes.
Don't forget to fire.
Don't! You'll blow up the other end of the tunnel and trap us in here.
Sergeant, take those men prisoners.
Bernard. I go now, Anna.
No. No, Bernard.
Tell the Major I died with honor.
Soldiers are citizens of death's gray land, drawing no dividend from time's tomorrows. The great hour of destiny they stand, each with his feuds and jealousies and sorrows.
I don't like this.
How long ago did the messenger leave, Corporal?
25 minutes, sir.
Damn it. We can't hold this position with 30 men. No one can.
I'm sorry about Sergeant Giscard, Lieutenant.
He did his duty. The weather is fine today. It reminds me of home.
Sir, no matter what happens,
It reminds me of my wife.
No, but that doesn't mean we are friends.
Remy! Remy!
Henri!
Emile, have you seen Remy or any of the others?
No, we are the only ones left.
What are those?
Officers' uniforms. There's a captain for me and a lieutenant for you.
They're French. Where did you get them?
Don't ask.
When the officers who own these wake up, they'll have you court-martialed.
They won't wake up, Henri. They are dead. The guards were throwing them out. Now, put it on. I hear commissioned officers are treated much better where we are going.
Where are we going?
We will know soon enough.
Out! Out!
I'm Lieutenant Pierre Blanc from Paris.
Captain Francois Toussaint from Lyon. At last I outrank you. Maybe I will have you shine my boots, yes?
Don't count on it. New recruit.
Maybe this will be the war which does not end. Maybe it will just go on forever.
Now's our chance.
French artillery. Very impressive.
As good as the Germans. Come on, we gotta get to those trees.
What about the guards? They'll be looking for us.
They're probably all dead. Come on, we're 100 yards from those woods.
Umdrehen! Hände hoch! Das wär's, ihr Schweine! Rauf!
Double barbed wire. Guard towers. At least it's not Dusterstadt.
What's that?
You don't know about Dusterstadt? It's a medieval castle on the Danube. More of a dungeon, really. It's where they send all the bad apples. Any ideas?
Not yet, but it's only our first day.
Halt! Oder ich schieße! Halt!
Explain.
We were playing catch. My ball.
Catch. With whom?
With me. I'm sorry.
I swear. I'll get you, Penny.
Thank you. I'm Captain Jean Bonnet.
Lieutenant Pierre Blanc.
Captain Francois Toussaint.
So, how'd you like our vacation resort?
I'm disappointed. They advertised a beach.
With bathing beauties.
Well, you know Germans, always skimping on the extras.
What were you doing?
Come with me. The new men, Colonel. Captain Toussaint and Lieutenant Blanc.
Welcome, gentlemen. Did you get a new measurement?
I estimate another 15 feet to the first wire. Now we have two problems. First, we're out of tunnel supports. We've used all the wood available, even bed slats. Any more and the guards will be onto us. And second, we've run out of places to store dirt from the tunnel.
So, it's hopeless to continue.
Exactly. There is nothing more that we can do.
Men, please. Do you have a solution, Captain Benny?
We dig the remaining 20 feet in one night. And we dump the dirt right here, on the floor.
But what about the tunnel supports?
We won't need them. The tunnel will hold together for a few hours. We'll dig in shifts. We'll dig so fast, we'll blast out before the tunnel collapses.
Who do you have in mind to do this? Blasting.
Me. And anyone else who's up to it.
I'll do it.
Are you crazy?
It'll work.
This is insanity.
That's what they say about every great idea at first. "10 feet to go."
What? We've gone farther than that.
No, this is accurate.
I'll take over.
There's got to be another way.
Our only chance is through this dirt. "4 feet to go."
We've reached the end.
Tell them to pop up.
Yes, sir.
Ready? Here goes. Periscope. I hate to tell you this, but we're 5 feet short.
I don't understand.
We're between the fences. My calculations were accurate.
Not accurate enough.
That's 5 feet. We should be past the second wall.
It's time, gentlemen. Not you two. You go after these other men.
We dug the tunnel.
You dug the last 20 feet. These men dug the first 100 feet.
He's right. I don't care. Without the last 20 feet, there'd be no tunnel.
Back up, Lieutenant.
Guards!
Stop!
Good evening, Captain Hines.
You look uncomfortable, Benny. Why are you uncomfortable? Hmm?
It must be that smell, Captain Hines. The smell of Germany, the armpits of Europe.
I will have you in isolation for the rest of your life. Mensch.
Let's go.
Emil, hurry up! Emil, hurry up! Oh, God.
Welcome back, Lieutenant.
Good.
Lieutenant Devereux, 30 days in isolation. Captain Bourdonnais, your second attempt, 60 days.
You know what they say, Commandant? Practice makes perfect.
90 days.
See you in 3 months.
Lieutenant Blanc, a man who does not waste time. You arrive here at 4 p.m. 12 hours later, you are climbing out of a tunnel. Remarkable. I have taken measures to limit your career as an escape artist.
I don't expect to dig out of isolation, Commandant.
Who said anything about isolation? I have arranged for your transfer to the maximum security prison at Dusterstadt.
What?
Eventually, Lieutenant, it becomes clear when a prisoner is incorrigible. Your records show 4 escape attempts at other prisons and now 5. That makes you an incorrigible, Lieutenant Blanc.
Wait, there's been a mistake. I'm not him.
You're not who, Lieutenant?
I'm not Lieutenant Blanc. My name's Henry Defonce. I'm a corporal in the Belgian army.
And I am Kaiser Wilhelm. Don't insult my intelligence. Get him out of here. I hope you like your new home, Lieutenant.
Let me be brief. You cannot tunnel. The castle is built upon granite. If you try to disguise yourself as a German soldier, you will be shot as a spy. If you attempt to bribe my men, you will be shot as a corrupting influence on German morale. I don't want any trouble from you. East Castle.
And so, with the advancements in new technology, the mere
Packages! Gentlemen, control yourselves. We'll open the mail after the lecture. Introduce yourself, Lieutenant.
Hello. I'm Lieutenant Blanc.
Have a seat, Lieutenant Blanc. I'm lecturing on medieval military tactics.
Why medieval tactics?
I beg your pardon?
Well, if French and English generals would have studied the American Civil War, we'd have beaten the Germans by now.
A bold statement, Lieutenant. Explain further, if you please.
Well, that was the first war that armies used modern technology to full advantage. The cavalry charge had become obsolete. Even Ulysses S. Grant realized that the future of war lay not in the open field, but in the...
In trenches, yes. Well, you know a good deal about this subject, Lieutenant. But if you're in douche to start, you must know a good deal about something else. Escaping from German prisons.
Do you have plans?
We may. You speak with an accent, Lieutenant.
I do?
Yes. I can't make it out. There was a rumor circulating that the commandant was releasing spies into the prison. Germans impersonating French and English officers. I wonder what we do if we exposed one of them. We would kill him. So tell me, Lieutenant, where are you from in France?
Paris?
So am I. Name the 3 roads leading from Paris to Versailles.
The Rue de Napoleon. The traitor spy.
No, wait. He's not German. Who won the World Series in 1912?
What?
Just answer the question.
Boston Red Sox.
He's not German. He's American. Is your rank also fake, Lieutenant?
Okay, I enlisted in the Belgian army. They were the only ones that would take me without asking questions about my age. I'm a corporal.
Ah, a corporal. And where did you get the jacket? Did you know you could be shot for stealing it?
The previous owner wasn't going to need it.
I understand. Come on, let's open our mail. Gentlemen. So, here you are, Jean-Paul. André, Etienne. There you are, Yuri, all the way from St. Petersburg.
Remember, save your string.
What are you doing with all this string?
A Russian superstition. You put the string from a gift in your pocket and you will get many more.
Da.
Hello. Lambert, Royal Flying Corps. I'm in charge of the infirmary now. You must be the new man, yes?
I came in yesterday. Nice to meet you.
Right. Listen, just so that you know, I'm not actually a doctor. I studied medicine for a couple of years, but then I switched over to the law, yes? But I can give you some advice, though. Don't eat the meat. It's rotten, and you don't need it anyway. Also, boil all your drinking water. That way you'll save yourself a lot of stomach problems, if you know what I mean. And if there are any other problems that you have, you can just have a word with my 2 orderlies over there, Simon and Ian. Okay?
Thanks.
Jolly good. Carry on. Ah, Cabinet de Gaulle. You must let me have a look at that leg of yours. If you neglect it, it's going to drop off.
I've fooled a lot of people with my French.
No doubt you have. It is excellent.
How did you know I was American?
My father is a professor of philosophy. During my youth, I met many American scholars. All spoke French fluent, but none perfect. I recognize your game at once.
Why are you in Dusterstadt?
I refuse to submit to captivity. I'll get out of here. It's only a matter of time.
How?
Does it matter? When a man accepts bondage to the Germans, he accepts death.
Do you hate the Germans?
They are a natural enemy of France. We fought them in 1870, we fight them now, and this I can guarantee you, Corporal. Before this century is over, we will fight them again. The art of war is changing. It is up to us to change with it. In 4015, a small band of English soldiers wiped out the flower of French knighthood in one afternoon. How?
The English longbow. It could pierce the knight's armor. They were sitting ducks.
Mark my words, Corporal. The next great war will not be won with superior men. It will be won with superior machines, tanks, and airplanes.
In here, please. Hello. We want to ask you something.
What?
Are you cowboy?
What?
Like in the moving pictures, Americans are cowboys. You are American, so you must be cowboy, no?
Well, not really. I can ride a horse, but I...
Oh, really?
And the lasso. Can you make the lasso and rope the bronco buster?
Well, I suppose if I had to.
Hey, cowboy!
Is there some point to this?
Come here. Please.
We want you to make the lasso and rope something. Something really important.
Like what?
Like that.
You're joking. You're not joking. You're out of your minds. You want me to make a lasso and rope that spike? Where am I gonna get a rope that long? Where in hell did you... the string from all those packages?
Can you do it?
This makes things different.
So tell me, Corporal, if you weren't fighting this war, what dream would you be following?
I guess I'd be at home, going to high school.
Where did you get captured?
At the Somme. We charged a hill and took it. The counterattack was deadly. Almost everyone died. And you?
Verdun.
I was knocked unconscious. Germans found me in the mud. That's where I got this. And that is Dinan. Ménil-les-Yeux.
De Gaulle's body is now the map of France.
So tell me, Corporal, about your escape plans. Don't lie to me. I know you've been working on something. You're the devious type.
Maybe I have.
What is it? I can save you a lot of time and effort.
Something with the Russians?
Possibly.
Those crazy Russians, they have got a new plan every day. Last week, they wanted me to help them build an airplane. I wouldn't waste your time with them, Corporal.
Are you ready?
Well, I wanted to talk to you about something.
A new idea for our escape?
Well, not exactly. I'm not going.
Why?
Oh, you have talked to the British and the French. We know what they say about us.
That we're crazy Russians, eh? That will get you killed.
Well, come here. Come. Come.
2 years. It took us 2 years to make this. Look, there's the outside parapet. You can do it. Then down the outside wall, then freedom.
All right. All right, I'll do it. Hold that.
Gestern habe ich wieder einen Brief von ihm gekriegt.
Ja, was sagt sie denn?
I'll go first. Why you? I made the rope.
You made the half of it.
Stop arguing.
We'll go at the same time.
That's not a good idea. This rope won't hold you both.
I made this with my own hands. It's strong enough.
Each new prisoner to Sterstadt is told of the difficulty, the impossibility of escape. It is curious how often I am disappointed by the lack of communication. I hope these visual aids will make things more clear. Dusterstadt was chosen to hold you not because of its aesthetics, not because of its geographic location, but because it cannot be escaped from. I hope in future we can avoid more painful lessons. Dismiss.
Poor bastards. You were with them, weren't you?
Yeah, I was. Now what should we do?
What we always do. Keep trying.
It's no use.
Don't say that. Never give up.
I'm not giving up. I'm just facing the truth. The commander's right.
Right. I won't stand negative talk.
The only way out of here is in a coffin.
Well, it's just a small graveyard on the very edge of the town. Before the war, they used to use it to bury the indigent and the insane.
And that's the only place they go?
Oh, yes, as far as I know, yes.
Who does the burying?
What do you mean? The actual digging?
Yeah.
Well, my two orderlies, Simon and Ian.
Can they be trusted?
Yes, of course they can.
Can they get away with it?
I think so.
There won't be much margin for error.
Yes, I understand. But the truth is, the orderlies never bury the bodies 6 feet deep. It's much too much hard work. They're lucky if they bury them half that depth.
And the guards don't notice?
No. They're nowhere near the graveyard. They're far too superstitious. They wait with the trucks. Stop!
Sorry, old man. I hate you.
That is done.
Ja. Kom her. Zo, genoeg. Wie was das, Ente? Der Geschichte.
Sir, get your knees down. I can't. It's too short. Sorry, sir, but you must. Oh!
Wait. What? Did you cut the nails down?
Of course, sir. See, sir, like thumbtacks. One could push from inside and they'll come undone.
Okay.
So, what do you say we bury some stiffs?
9, down.
What?
Get in the boat, he's taking you back.
But we've got to dig the graves.
No more digging, Go, get in the boat.
What do you mean, no more digging?
We are not going to bury them.
If you're not going to bury them, what are you going to do with them?
Burn them. Off!
Captain de Gaulle! Did you hear them? They're not going to the graveyard. They're going to a crematorium. Something's on top of this coffin. Captain, damn it, answer me. We've got to get out of here.
I was raised a Catholic. I should say something.
Get it over with.
Dear God, let this man go to hell.
I thought you'd never hear me.
Come on.
Don't run, okay?